She bought her seat on the New York Stock Exchange and became the first woman of finance, despite being turned away at every corner.
A young girl with no connections, with no college degree from Cleveland, Ohio, is able to get whatever she wants by putting her mind to it, by strategically networking, and by working her butt off. It's a testament to the ability for us to build something out of nothing, to be the first people who break new ground. Muriel Siebert is the OG Wall Street girly, and she was the first woman to become a member of the New York Stock Exchange, and she didn't even have a college degree, so she's definitely very, very admirable.
Muriel Siebert, also known as Mickey, came from humble beginnings.
When she was in college, she had taken a trip to the New York Stock Exchange and immediately fell in love. She was determined to work there. Unfortunately, when she was in college, her dad ended up getting diagnosed with cancer, and she actually had to drop out. But she did not let this dream die, and 2 years later, she moved to New York. At the time, on Wall Street, the only women were receptionists, secretaries, support staff, and Mickey didn't want that. She wanted to be a trader. So she lied about having a college degree, and she got a job as a researcher, and she ended up changing her job 3 more times because she kept getting paid less than the men that were sitting next to her and doing the exact same job.
By the mid-1960s, Siebert decided enough was enough. She wanted her seat at the table.
First things first, she needs someone to sponsor her application. So she asks somebody, they say no. She asks a second person, they say no. And she asks 9 men, and they all say no. But finally, the 10th guy she asks agrees to sponsor her. So now that she is her sponsor, the next step is to raise money to actually pay for the cost of the seat. And the stock exchange told her that she was going to have to pay $455,000 back in the day, so quite a lot of money, and $300,000 of that was going to have to come from a bank. After 2 years of pounding the pavement, Chase Manhattan Bank loans her this money. That's how, on December 28th, 1967, Mickey Siebert becomes the first woman to buy a seat and becomes a member of the New York Stock Exchange.
Siebert went on to create her own financial firm, became an author, and, above all, give back.
She was a massive, massive donor and was just constantly giving her money away. And I think that this goes back to a really good point, is that nothing bad ever happens when you give smart, capable women more money. They happen to just put it back into the community, make it work harder for women, for other people who may not necessarily have had the same opportunities as white men during her time. I think it's really powerful to see yourself represented. It reminds you that you can do anything. Because of her, girls like me felt like this was a realistic job option after school, and it kind of gave us the opportunity to dive into what I would call a man's world.